now actually connected to the phone. And we'll run through obtaining the SMS database. My girlfriend has sent me a couple of texts, so I'll probably clear that quite quickly. And we'll also get the contact database. We'll also try to get some GPS coordinates, try and initiate a phantom phone call as well. So, as I mentioned previously, the Android uses SQLite for its storage system. So we will use SQLite to connect to the SQL database, to the SMS database, view those, and then likewise for the contacts.
It's a nice long path for us.
So now it's a non-interactive shell, so you won't see the actual SQLite saying I've connected, but we should be able to see the tables if we do that. So those are the tables. So if we type .xr from incoming message, you get all the texts. Another thing we'll do right now is get the contacts. So these are all the tables in the contacts database. We'll just select everything from raw contacts. I don't mind if you see these, it's fine. So these are all the contact database for that I have on my phone. So the next thing we'll do is get some GPS coordinates.
Yeah, and one thing we identified when we were trying to look for the GPS coordinates, and we're going to do more research into here, but basically the device, the GPS device isn't activated unless, of course, an app that's
actively using GPS.
Actively using GPS. And so we activated basically Google Maps on the phone here. And so now we'll see if we're able to retrieve the GPS coordinates on the phone.
So these are GPS and MEA from the serial device, GPS serial device. You can then translate these into Google Maps and get a pinpoint for the actual device. So the next thing we will do is try and initiate a phantom phone call.
Okay. So we'll see how we...
Shall we disconnect, or?
You want to move the screen below? Can you type?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can try and move the screen below.
Want to use somebody else's SIM?
Yeah. Well, actually, does anybody else want us to call their phone? Any volunteers? We do? Okay. Well, why don't you come up on stage here and we'll... It doesn't have to be an Android phone, no.
No.
Oh, it's a test phone? Cool. Can we get the number? Okay. You have the ringer turned on? Is the ringer turned on?
I can turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on.
Let me give you the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 650.
1.
001, right?
Yeah, 001.
01
65.
650
336
336
3284.
3284. Okay, so one reason somebody would want to do this is, let's say they've made a deal with like a dodgy operator, like sex phone operator or something like that, and they want to get some commission. They would initiate some phantom call like this and let it on for as long as it takes. Hopefully this will work. It takes a while.
Let us know if your phone rings. It's ringing. Yeah, it should be a London phone number. 44 area code.
Yeah,
44.
should be a London phone number.
Great, so that worked.
Great.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to the presentation.
Okay.
That's his email.
Zeno.
All right, back there.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So we were able to show you, just full screen here. Yeah, so basically we showed you all these things here. The shutting on the phone isn't very exciting. We just do shutdown in the phone.
Just type reboot.
Or reboot and the phone reboots. But basically, and these are just the functionality that is available, through command line. This could be extended with automated features. This is a very, very basic rootkit that basically allows you to have that root shell capability, and then it's up to you to type those other commands in, like searching the databases and pulling down the GPS coordinates. So current prevention. So what's the current prevention look like? And this is really, really the main motivation. One of the main motivations we spoke about is just sort of raise awareness here. So we tested both Lookout mobile security and Norton smartphone security on this phone with the loadable kernel module or the rootkit loaded, and neither detected it. So that's pretty big awareness there. So there's not a lot of technology out there or solutions out there for end users or for any of us to go and basically prevent or protect ourselves from these types of attacks. So really, so what can be done? What can manufacturers do?
So manufacturers could ensure that all device drivers, LKMs, must be signed by, let's say, HTC, not self-signed by the developers themselves before they are actually loaded into a kernel. Perhaps not allow you to root your device. That would also help, but personally I wouldn't like that because I like having that functionality. But centrally signing would be the ideal way to go to prevent things like this.
So some of the conclusions. So through our little journey here that we embarked a couple of months ago, we found that it is definitely possible to write a rootkit for the Android platform. Of course, we didn't include any other functionality. We didn't really go much deeper, but it easily can be done. So I'm sure there's people in this room that will take the source code off of the CD and play around with it and see what else they can do. But then, very little attention has been paid, to smartphone security up until this point. There's been great talks the last few days, and even at Black Hat around this topic. And I think the industry is going to really start moving in that direction. But basically, it's really because all of us are using our phones nowadays, and even the next 5 years, it's going to really expand to the point where we rely on those devices more than we're going to rely on our PCs or our laptops. So in the next 10 years, we're going to see an explosive growth in mobile devices, and just with how with the internet boom, when you started seeing explosive growth in home computers and other things going on that are connected to the internet, you saw it sort of right on path. You started seeing explosive growth in malware and viruses and other things. So there's no reason why we're not going to see the same thing happen for mobile devices. So the big bottom line question is, will we be prepared for that?
And that concludes our talk. Thank you very much for your time.